A Magyar Snooker Gála szerencsére nem csak Magyarország és Budapest, hanem a sporttelevízió életében is hagyománynak számít. A 6. alkalomra pedig a szervezőknek összejött az, amire már az első alkalommal is vágytak. Ellátogatott Magyarországra Ronnie O'Sullivan, a sportág legnagyobbja. Kevés sportág van, amelyben ezt ki lehet jelenteni minden különösebb vita gerjesztése nélkül, de a snooker mindenképpen ezek között van. Persze a médianap számára sem egyszerű, akkor sem, hogyha hétszeres világbajnok, és nem tudja megszámolni, hogy hány földrészről, hány trófeát vitt már haza. Ilyenkor a stábok sorban állnak egy-egy 10 perces exkluzív interjúért. Így volt ez a mai napon is, 8 televíziós és újságíró stábnak nyilatkozott Ronnie O'Sullivan, mi is köztük lehettünk. Így aztán, amikor megkaptuk a magunk 10 percét, akkor arra gondoltam, hogy egy picit adjuk Ronnie O'Sullivan kezébe az irányítást, és nézzük meg, hogy ő merre terelni az interjút. Adtam neki 5 befejezetlen mondatot, nézzük meg, hogy sült el. Hölgyeim és uraim, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Te is kapod.
That's right. What's the time now? It's early. Is it 5:15? Bernie, we're going to go to sauna and steam after. We ain't got to do nothing till what time?
So I heard in an interview that you're writing a diary, and after every single day you write a smiley face or a sad face. I imagine tomorrow will be a smiley. But today,
Yeah.
what about today?
Yeah, today's been a good day. You know, we've obviously travelling is not easy. Early morning flight, but you know, it's always exciting coming to a new place. You know, you work hard in practice. You know, you come here, you sell lots of tickets, lots of fans come to watch you play. Playing a very good player, Mark Allen. You know, it's competition.
Yeah.
It's what you practice for. It's what you work hard for. So you know, today is a travel day, so we're just doing all this sort of stuff today. But and tonight, nice early night, up fresh in the morning, and then back to playing snooker. You know.
You know that in Hungary, snooker is a very popular game compared to maybe
Is
other
it?
countries. Yes,
Okay.
it is. And
Interesting.
arguably there are more Ronnie O'Sullivan fans than snooker fans in Hungary. So
Okay.
people really like it. I know it's your 5th or 6th interview in a row, so I was wondering if you're open to a small game.
Okay.
I prepared for you 5 sentences.
Okay.
I wrote the beginning. You should tell me the end, and we can
Okay.
go through these in the order you would like to. Okay?
Go on, you go ahead. In my life, snooker is.
What is it for you?
Oh, what is it? In my life, snooker is an anchor,
An anchor.
a purpose, a passion.
A couple of years ago, you started to train less than before. That's what you said. Tell me, how did you come to that conclusion that it helps you more if you train less?
We've done. It's quite interesting because I follow a lot of endurance sports like running, cross-country skiing, all these sort of things. So I listen to a lot of academic people that follow data. So, and they do all these tests on these athletes to find out how they perform at their best.
Yeah.
And it's not like you do the same thing every day, because then if you just keep training the same every day, then you just become the same. Some days you train for 2 hours, some days you train for half an hour, some days you train your legs, some days you train your arms, some days you train your mind, some days you take a day off to let the body to recover and rest. And you have to kind of work out what works best for you. So for me, I write a diary, and I don't write a diary for every day, but for every week. So if I'm at a tournament, when I'm at home, I don't need a diary. Every day is a great day. You know, I'm at home, I've got my cooking, I've got my dogs, I've got my partner, I've got my children, I've got everything, you know, and I'm like, you know, life's great. But when you're on the road traveling, it can be hard sometimes. So I always put a smiley face or a neutral face or a sad face at the end of that week, just to remind me to go, you know what, I got that right. And it doesn't necessarily mean I won the snooker. Sometimes I win the snooker and it's a very miserable face because I wasn't happy in my mind. You know, I wasn't happy, I wasn't feeling, you know, so for me it's all about, you know, enjoying yourself, being happy, and I think to find out what works for you is important. You know, we're all different. Some people play better if they play 6-7 hours a day. That didn't work for me, you know. In fact, it made me play worse in tournaments. So it was just kind of like trying to find that right sweet spot, if you like, that worked for me. So yeah, if you looked at my schedule, my practice schedule, you might think, wow, that's not as much as everybody else's does, but I'm quite smart as well about when to do a lot of practice and when not to. So I know how to get ready for certain events and tournaments.
It's interesting that you mentioned data. I saw footage from 30 years ago, you playing against McManus, and then after the press conference, he was smoking. And I was like, do you more like today's snooker? Or the snooker from 30 days before when you could do anything you want? Now it's a proper sport.
I think I enjoy my snooker much more now than I did then. You know, when I first turned professional, it was exciting, it was great. But my first year as a professional wasn't great against the top guys. I lost a lot of matches. The second year, much better. I won the UK Championships, won the British Open. But then from that bit onwards, I lost my way a little bit. Started drinking, partying. I was young. Mum and Dad both went to prison. I had my difficult times, you know, and I lost my way. But then I started to recapture my game again in 2000, 2001.
And the style that snooker has today is a better one than 30 years ago, the world around it?
I prefer the style now. I think it's a much more attacking, more aggressive, the type of games that I like to play. You know, years ago, a bit more slow, 30, 40 break, play safe. Now, it's pot red, clear up, you know, so it's a different game, you know, but I like this much better. My new book comes out in May.
May?
In May,
Finished it already?
Yeah, we started it August, September. We didn't have long to do it. I said, look, you know, they said, we want to have this book ready for after the World Championships. I was like, okay, they said, so you've got till January to finish it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is 4 months, you know, this is going to be hard. So I'll be honest with you, since winning the World Championships, from May to January, I didn't have much time to play snooker because I had the documentary, I had the book, I have a couple of different business interests, I have a family, I have my dogs, I have a partner.
When do you write?
Huh?
When do you write?
Well, I sit down with a ghostwriter and we spend a lot of time chatting together, so we spend maybe 4 or 5 hours together and I say what I've got to say, he goes back, writes it up, sends it to me, I read it, I go, no, we need to correct this, we need to do that, that's not right. He goes back and we do that for 4 months. For 4 months, solid. If I had longer to write it, then I could do 2 hours here, 2 hours there, maybe 1 hour, take our time, give it back, you know. But we didn't have the time, so we just really had to be on it, you know. So, yeah, it's only been since this January that I've been able to finish a couple of the things that I was doing. It's allowed me to just play snooker again, you know. So, you know, for the last 6 weeks I've been snooker focused. You know? I plan to have my next running workout tomorrow.
Everybody's asking you about running.
Yeah.
Isn't it sometimes bad for you that they more ask you about running than about snooker, or is it a good thing for you?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing because obviously I don't love running. I love when I'm out and doing it, but the thought of doing it's hard. It's a hard sport. But yeah, it's my passion. It's what makes me feel good. It's good for my health, good for my mind. Yeah.
What's funny is you play snooker, that you play alone. You write a book, okay, I know that you're not doing it together with someone, and you always say that you love to run in community. Do you ever run alone?
Not really.
Not really?
No, because I think like running is a social thing. I follow like the Kenyans, the Ethiopians, they always run with 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 30 people in a group, which I think is fantastic, so it becomes a team sport in a way. And I think snooker is on your own, and I think running should be a thing you do with somebody. You have a chat, you push each other on, you know, you motivate each other. You know, if I wasn't to meet my friend in the morning, I'd probably lay in bed, you know, but knowing that I've got to meet my friend at 7:30, it's like, I better get up, you know, so it helps motivation. Yeah.
Sub 3 hour marathon is still in the plans?
Yeah, I could do that. You know, it's not difficult. To run a 3 hour marathon is not that hard for anybody. I prefer the shorter distance, so 5k, 10k, that's enough. The places where I wear suits are just for snooker.
Just for snooker.
I don't wear suits, I just wear
like
shorts, t-shirts. This is about as smart as I get. Normally it's just t-shirt, these, and a pair of trainers. I love wearing a suit when I play snooker.
So when you're in, you're in. When you're out, you're out.
When I'm in, I'm in. When I'm out, I'm really out. I'm just like you. New Balance, jeans, t-shirt. Yeah, this is it.
Last one, the documentary is coming out.
Yeah.
And you said that it was kind of a toll on you.
Yeah.
Was it hard?
I needed it though. I thought at this stage in my career, I wanted it to be documented. I thought, you know, it was important that everybody could get to see my career, And I thought it was important for me at my stage for them to be able to follow me. I was comfortable enough in my own skin to go, you know what, even if I perform badly, I'm going to be okay with it. When I was younger in my career, I maybe thought, I'll be a bit scared, you know, I'm not so confident in myself. But now I feel like I have nothing to prove, it doesn't really matter. Even my worst performance, everyone's going to go, it doesn't matter. So there was no pressure on me really, but I think I needed something like that to motivate me. So in a way I was like, yeah, you know, everybody's going to get to see this, they're going to get to see me fight hard. And I think it made me try harder because I thought I have to watch this. I have to sit down and I have to watch this, and I want to watch this knowing that I gave it 110%. You know, I couldn't give any more. So I can sit there and be proud of it, and I know that when people watch it, they'll see me giving blood, sweat and tears, and I thought it was a good opportunity and a good timing.
Come back in May. We have a huge running marathon around Lake Balaton. It's
Marathon,
130 miles, so we have a spot in our team. So if you want to run in community,
130 miles, so that's like a relay thing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's
Okay,
kind of-
that's good. Yeah, good.
Come
yeah.
back, we
That's
have-
kind of like
we have
Ekiden relays there in Japan. It's very similar.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
My favourite place on earth is.
I thought Sicily.
No, because I haven't been to Sicily for years. My favourite place on earth would be, it's quite a strange one that, maybe Landidno, for the running around the mountains. I had a great time there.
With the friends.
Yeah, with my friends,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I know it sounds quite crazy, but we've got some beautiful countryside in the UK. And if you go to Landidno, Snowdonia, it's a bit like what you have here, the River Danube, some beautiful sights.
Come around Lake
Yeah,
Balaton.
I love things like this, I love nature.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you. Have your questions back.
Thank you.
Cheers.